All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Past the Barb. I'm your host, Ryan Pinkalla, and if you're watching this on YouTube, it's just me right now. That's what it looks like. But we're having an absolute gong show of an evening so far. So Bart is on some sort of vacation thing. Hahner is apparently in the coal mines for an undetermined amount of time. And I have Will Stolski here on speakerphone coming through my mic, parked on the side of the road, and who the fuck knows Montana?
And through, let it be known, not just any mic, because Pink's actual microphone is completely screwed up. So through I believe your Apple headphones microphone, would that be correct?
Yeah, I'm running some Gen 1 Apples because the computer only has that plug through my iPhone into this, and we got 49% battery to get this done.
If this works, I'm going to be absolutely astounded.
Yeah. So here, we're working hard for everyone out there to get this.
Love of the game. Yeah.
It's a passion. It's a passion.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
You gotta love it.
We're gonna get into this thing, but Will, haven't seen you in a while, man. How are things?
Yeah, been a few weeks for sure. Actually, I think about 3 weeks. Yeah. Did you guys get my voicemail last week? Did Bart play that?
We did. Yeah. It sounded like you were out in the bush, man.
I am. Yeah, I have been. Yeah, definitely been in the bushes for sure. I guess last time I checked in. Yeah, so last week when I was not there, or was it the week before? I don't know. I went to Jackson, Wyoming for a little bit. Now I'm back in Montana, and where I live is kind of out I live in a barn, and so it's really in kind of the middle of nowhere, and I don't get much service at all. There's been some talks of potentially Wi-Fi getting installed by the landowner, but that hasn't happened yet. So, yeah, currently I'm parked up on a hill where I do get 2 bars of service. So this is sort of where I take care of all of my business.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, you gotta have a little pull out, Yeah. I'm actually bummed out the initial thing didn't work because I could the audio was so good I could hear everything. There was crickets going, and it was just a nice little breeze. It just sounded mint.
Oh, it's beautiful out right now, dude. Yeah, there's a little bit of wind, not much. Yeah, the crickets are chirping. Everything is green out here, which is fantastic. We don't get it won't stay green for long. So while it is green like this, I do try to take it all in because it's pretty awesome when everything's all green and the hills and the mountains and all that. So, but yeah, dude, just grinding it out here. So. How about yourself? What have you been up to?
Oh man, I started doing a little bit of fishing last week. We were chatting, so I bought a boat a week ago.
Oh, word, brother! What did you get?
I got an older Ranger Fisherman. It's a 690.
Nice. Yeah, dude, those are great boats. They don't make them like that anymore. No pun intended. That's a sweet boat,
dude. It's so sick. It drives money, and so I've been
kind of like it's not a bass boat, but it's kind of like is that the one I'm thinking of in my head?
So it's like a deeper hull, right? It's kind of like a walleye hull, but it's kind of like a bass boat layout, single console. But it has a removable back deck, the whole thing. So it's
dude,
super nice ride. It's that OG Ranger glass, it just drives like a caddy, dude. So I'm stoked.
That's freaking exciting. Congratulations, man.
Thanks,
that's
dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get it all set up, getting some new electronics on there and trolling motor and stuff. So it should be ready to rip here. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks it'll be dialed.
What does it have on it for a motor?
So it's got a 175 Merc.
Okay, 2-stroke on there?
It is, yep. And it's got some hours on her, no doubt, but she runs really good right now, so we'll see. But I don't know. I'm super psyched about it. I had it out a little bit. I was just up in Wisconsin this weekend fishing for 3 days. I didn't take it. I'm taking it this weekend though.
Okay, gotcha. So that'll be sort of the inaugural trip.
Yeah, I just been kind of poking around right around the house, just getting it out here and there. But I want to take it on a legit go. I'm gonna probably just go up there and camp, and
nice.
Take the boat and see what happens. But yeah, so how was the fishing been out by you? I mean, that one trip sounded pretty cool. I seen a couple pictures from that.
Yeah. Fishing's been pretty good. I mean, overall, we're definitely a little more of a higher water conditions out here than it has been the past couple of years, I guess.
Yeah.
The river's right around, talking the Missouri River here below Holter Dam, is right at about 7,000, 7,200 CFS, where in the last couple of years, it's been more around like that 4,000-ish mark about this time of year, coming out of a drought, kind of. So, I mean, this is actually like average right now.
Yeah.
I think 6,800 CFS is about average, but we've just been pretty dry. So this is actually more like average. I haven't fished it when it's been this high in the time that I've been here, but it changes things a little bit, but it also opens up a little more fishing. Some of those back channels fill in a little bit more, and there's just more water. So I think in a way it makes fishing tougher because there's more places for them to be, but it does open up, access to a little bit different water that I've never fished before, which is cool, and I like that.
Yeah, and that's got to be nice that it's like a change of pace too, because like everyone probably hits kind of the same holes and riffles and stuff, so it's like it kind of repositions fish, like kind of just some new stuff. So they're
definitely spreads some fish out. They're definitely not all corked up in like one spot, I think, like they have been the last couple springs. So it's definitely changed things a little bit, but I mean, overall though, fishing has been good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's been great. There are days where it has been great, but it's just a little different with the higher flows.
Right. Any big fish yet this season?
I still haven't gotten a really, really big one in my boat. I think, maybe the biggest has probably been fishing the stretch of water in my jet boat called the Land of the Giants, which is below the Hauser Dam. I think the biggest I've got up there this spring is probably right around like 24, 25 inches, which is a really
solid
nice trout.
Fish, yeah.
It's definitely a big fish, but there is some, it seems kind of weird this spring. Last spring, there was a lot more big fish. And this spring, they're still, I mean, average size is still really good up there, but I don't know, not quite the same. But overall, fishing's been good. The fish are healthy. I will say, like, the one downside about this time of year up here is that, most of the other rivers in Montana right now are completely blown out because of the snow melt.
Sure.
And I'm talking dirty, muddy. Well, the Missouri here, it doesn't ever really blow out because we have this dam here, the Holter Dam, which is, bottom-fed dam. So it keeps that water clean because it's coming out of Holter Lake. So we never really blow out. And so what that basically does is there's a lot of people from all over the state that come fish here this time of year until their rivers get back into shape. Both recreational fishermen and guides alike, spend a considerable amount of time here if their local waters are blown out. So the river is definitely busy, and but that's just the nature of it. So,
yeah, right on. A lot of drift boats, or is it kind of a jet boat scene up there?
It's pretty much all a drift boat deal here. Now you can run a jet boat. There's no law that says you can't. But here below the Holter Dam, it's a drift boat, a raft kind of situation. There are guys that will run a jet boat, especially in the winter time and the spring when it's less busy. But, there's nothing stopping anybody from putting in a jet boat and, going blasting around. But it just gets so jammed up with drift boats where it's fairly frowned upon, and too, it can be kind of dangerous just with the amount of boat traffic that's out there. So
I get you.
Mostly just been rowing the drifter around, which is
sick.
fine. But
how you liking that rig? Because this is your first season in it, right?
Yeah. Just picked up this boat in January down in Idaho, and love it. It's been really a good boat. I like it a lot. It's very nice to fish out of. Stable, fairly quick on the water too, pretty agile, which I like.
Sick. We'll have to get some pics up of the Past The Barb fleet here.
Yeah, we've got some boats now for sure. We're rolling deep in boats.
We'll get all that up on socials, so we can let people know.
Yeah. So funny, dude. Today, so I had the day off today, so I had to go into town and get some groceries and stuff, and then I went and got my oil changed. And when they like pull out your air filter,
yep,
and they like try to tell you that you need a new one. They're like they pulled mine out, and the lady walks over. She's like, where do you live? I was like, I live outside of Craig. And she's like, okay. She's like, yeah, that makes a little more sense. She's like, this is like one of the dirtiest deer filters you've ever seen. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's all dirt, live on dirt road.
Yeah, what are you going to do, eh?
Yeah, she's like, well, do you want a new one? I was like, no. I was like, can you just take your compressor and just blow it off and throw it back in? I'm like, there's no sense in getting a new one.
You're like, it's going to look just like that after tomorrow anyway. So
yeah, I'm like, just give her a quick blow off and I can slap her back in the old rig.
They wanted that one for the wall, dude.
Yeah,
they were
like pretty pumped. Yeah, she said it was probably top 5 anyways.
Unreal.
So yeah,
beauty.
Best place, but yeah, man, all is good here in the Montana.
Sick.
It's
yeah, dude.
It's a fun place.
I like I said, I was just up in Wisconsin over the week, so I did like a 3-dayer up in the northwoods, man. So it was like, kind of like a smallmouth walleye crappie sort of thing going on. But there was like a pretty solid cold front that rolled through here. Like the oh dang, I can hear myself in your phone now.
Is that better? I put you on speaker for a sec. This is probably better.
That's better if that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
But anyway, yeah, there was a big cold front that came through. So the first day I got up there Friday and it was like in the 40s all day. And then I think it was like 39 degrees in the morning. And it like shocked everything off, dude. Like there was so many smallmouth pulled up on beds and stuff and they just vacated. So that was kind of a brutal deal. But it did put them in kind of a cool spot where instead of having to like fish beds and stuff, you could just throw a jerk bait around and catch them on like.
I like that so much more.
I do too.
I think it's just so much. And I get the bed fishing thing. It is fun. It's fun finding the beds and like locating the fish. I think the catching part is not that fun because they're easy to catch off beds. But yeah, I like it when they're more kind of roaming, And
well, and I mean the bites are more aggressive too, versus just like pitching in there. But like in those Northwoods lakes, they're not that big, so it's not hard to find the beds. Like if they're on beds, you're gonna crush their brain. But no, it was sick, and we ended up. I was up there with my dad, and like this is like a group trip that we've gotten invited on the past few years, so. We went up there and we were fishing. The crappie thing sucked. I think they got super messed up with that cold weather. But we were able to scratch out a few walleyes here and there. And then the smallmouth fishing was actually really good. It just was like, they weren't bedded up. So, but I'm sure after this week, it is going to be mental up there, dude. Like there were so many that like beds that were empty. That after a full week of 70s, it's going to be right there because the water temps up that way were, like anywhere from 55 to 60, but that was, with the cold front. So I think it had been like low 60s the week leading up to that. So that was cool. And actually, when I first got up there, we dumped in and kind of fished around, but there's a few places that are like pretty solid to fish from shore. That are like either at like a dam or a spillway or whatever. So we actually messed around with that a little bit, which is super fun because I don't know. It's nice having the boat up there and doing stuff, but the Northwoods is kind of there's so many little just sleeper little spots where you can go and catch a few walleyes or smallmouth or something where you just like pull off on the side of the road. So that was pretty sweet. Spent a little time dinking around. Had a couple, like I think the one day we had a couple smallies in that like 5-pound class. That was pretty fun.
Nice. Yeah, those are nice fish.
Yeah, I did. There was one I had the last day that we were there. Super sick to watch it go down, but I was at this lake, and right where like you pull onto the boat launch, right? When people are like power loading, it like blows out a big hole right in front of the access. Yeah. So then there's like a washout pile behind it. And at this axis, the washout pile is like all like, I don't know, like golf ball sized rocks and like gravel. And there, I shit you not, hundreds of suckers spawning on this thing. And it was like right next to the dock at the boat launch, right?
Yeah.
So initially, like when we dumped in, I could see it because the water was like decently clear. And I was like, damn, there's so many giant suckers. And they were like big.
Yeah.
And so whatever, we fished, all morning. And when we came to pull off, I was like, dude, I kind of want to like try to catch these,
Yeah,
because one, I was like, these suckers are like big. Like I haven't seen them like this big. And so I took like a crappie rod, with just like a tiny little jig on it, and started flicking it out there. And we started catching them. And I'm telling you, dude, these are all like 2 to 3 pound white suckers.
They're big sucks.
Magnum sucks. And they put up a pretty good battle on that little rod. So, I mean, you probably could have done it too with like a fly rod or something. Like there was hundreds of them, dude.
It's funny you say that. So when I was down in Jackson a couple weeks ago, I was fishing during the day, and everything was pretty blown out down there except for like this one. There's like one spring creek kind of in town. The like local dudes told me to go fish there, so I roll up there and fishing or whatever. I catch a few trout, and then I'm like looking in this pool, and same thing. I see like a half a dozen suckers.
Mm-hmm.
They're all milling around. I'm like, oh, okay, and they're like big, yeah, like these ones probably too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, those are kind of big, So, and I can see them, and they're just like scooting around, I assuming like getting ready to spawn. And yeah, I finally hooked one on my fly rod and ate the midge.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are fun to catch.
They're a battle, dude.
About suckers. Yeah, they're fun to catch.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. I think that was probably I haven't caught very many suckers on a fly rod. So
I have not. I caught a couple like steelhead fishing, like in Milwaukee, like in the cribs or whatever. But like, dude, these ones were just angry, and I kept 4 big ass ones that I'm gonna do.
Yeah, smoke them.
I have a couple that I'm gonna smoke, and then I filleted some. I know they kind of have like a different bone structure, so I'm gonna kind of check that out because I've been wanting to like keep some because there's, dude, around here, especially in like the metro, there's like creeks that are just loaded.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out some stuff to do with them because there's like pretty much unlimited amount of them around. But that was a cool spot to like see it. And then the coolest part was, so it's like, okay, so I'm there catching these suckers. I was like, this is pretty badass. Now around this pile, so it's literally like a spawn ball of suckers. Like I guess I didn't even know they really did that, but they were just like, it was crazy to watch. So all around it is just surrounded by all these like beat up post spawn muskies that are just like laying around this rock pile.
Oh, sure.
Because I mean, like they're not like real aggressive, obviously, but they were just chilling there, just like waiting her out, like they were gonna do something. But it was so crazy because I'm literally standing on the dock and there's just like fish everywhere that you're looking. It's just like all these giant suckers. There's muskies like everywhere.
Aquarium.
Yeah. It was nuts, man. I was like, this is going down right now.
That's pretty cool, though. Kind of cool to stumble on something like that, especially right off the boat ramp.
I know. But it's like, I don't know. Sometimes you get in that position where you're just like, you kind of just want to like watch. Like it's like fun to fish, but like you see all this stuff happening, you're just like, I just want to watch this happen. Just like straight up nature and around.
I know what you mean. Yeah. It's like peering into. Yeah, it looks like you're in the Cabela's aquarium.
Cool. Yeah, exactly. So that was solid point of the weekend there. And it was like I said, right at the end. So I was literally just like catching them and just like chucking them into the live well in the boat on the trailer.
Oh, dude, it's perfect. Saving on the fuel bill.
I was like, and then we're like, we got to rip to Quick Trip and get some ice.
Yeah, get these things on ice. Yeah. Oh man, Quick Trip. That is the one thing I miss the most about the Midwest.
Could you imagine if they tossed a couple Quick Trips up in Montana, dude?
Oh man, it would just dominate. They're so good. We have these things called town pumps.
Yeah.
Which are good, they're fine, but it's just nothing even holds a candle to Quick Trip.
It's just
they are the best.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like, yeah, definitely most dominant gas station in like.
Oh God, they're incredible. I mean, and too, probably you did the same thing in college. I mean, you can go there, get your beer, get your gas, get your groceries. Everything. They have a fantastic meat supply there as well.
Oh, dude, yeah, they're coming on strong in the grocery department.
Bread, eggs, milk. I mean, you name it. Quick Trip's got it. And then their hot food is just, dude.
It's a restaurant, dude.
It is. I mean, I could just eat there the rest of my life and be just happy as a clam.
I'd be fine with it.
Gosh, yeah.
Although my truck doors would just be filled with wrappers.
Oh, I know. And the worst part is too, I mean, I'm assuming you are as well, as a Quick Trip Rewards member.
Oh, you gotta be. You gotta be.
That was awesome. You rack up your points, and then, I think I still have some points that I don't get to use them now. I guess maybe when I go home at some point, but yeah, dude, Quick Trip, oh man, that probably, I think anyone could debate me on this, but in the Midwest, I think Quick Trip is the best gas station chain there is. I think Casey's is a second. I think Casey's I would put it second, but Quick Trip, dude.
Yeah, I'm a Quick Trip guy though. Like I
am.
Like even I go to a Casey's and I'm just feel like, no, this isn't it.
No, I know the Quick Trip layout. It's clean. The bathrooms are clean.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's got it all, dude. And Casey's, I will say, Casey's pizza pretty dang good. But yeah, Quick Trip just overall dominates. Absolutely dominates.
It does.
Headquartered in La Crosse, Wisconsin, my alma mater. Yeah, that's where the HQ is. So.
Yeah, and there's about 100 of them in La Crosse.
That was the best part. Is that was all that was there. It was Quick Trips. There were no other gas stations.
Well, and there's that one section, like if you go south from like the I guess what is that boat launch there at the park, like that whole section going down towards like Goose Island, there's one on every single block that entire way.
They are I bet there's probably 8 Quick Trips in that stretch, in maybe a 3-4 mile stretch.
Easily. Yeah, it's nutty.
Yeah, that'd be the Clinton Street boat.
That's where it's at. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Spend a little time over there.
Yeah. God, I do miss La Crosse. 3rd Street is just, oh man, calling my name.
God damn.
Old Craig, we have about 2 bars. 2 bars.
Quite the scene. So are you like already a local or what?
Well, I'm working on it, certainly. Yeah. Spend enough time on a bar still, I guess you start to know everybody. But
how's the bar scene in Craig?
It's about as you'd expect.
Oh, beauty. Yeah.
No, I mean Craig's a fun town, and it's just gonna get more fun as more people mill in.
Yeah.
But it's sort of just like it's almost like I was talking with one of my buddies about this today. It's almost like I'm just sort of living in this alternate universe here, where because I really don't know what is going on in the real world. I honestly don't have a clue.
I don't think you're missing much, dude.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is I don't really have cell phone service most of the time, and the other part is I just not checking. I'm just pretty busy. So yeah, it's just sort of like, fishing and trout and drinking and having a good time, and so that's kind of Craiglandia here, which is sweet. It sort of reminds me of when I worked up on the Kenai. It's kind of similar. Kenai was bigger where I lived in Sterling, Soldotna, but yeah, I mean it's just fish. That's all there is to do.
Right,
just fish. So
that's the dream, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there it is.
What more could a guy ask for? Fish, and that's about it. So yeah, it's good. Liking the new digs. The barn is just fine. So yeah,
checks the majority of the boxes, right?
Yeah, I don't have a stove or an oven, which is certainly sort of an issue.
Okay.
But I've got a air fryer and I've got a grill.
Oh, so, dude, you're living, dude.
Yeah, I mean that sort of takes the place of both of those things.
So air fryer recipes coming from Captain Bill, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been hitting the air fryer hard. Also, too, so I bought this grill. Maybe you can give me a little bit of help with this. So I bought this. It's a Blackstone grill.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
But it's half and half. So it's half a normal, great grill, and then the other half is the skillet.
Damn.
Well, I got it on Facebook Marketplace, and the people that had it, obviously didn't take care of the skillet section of it. So now I've been trying to re-season it, and try to get it back up to snuff.
Yeah.
And I'm working on it. It's still not quite where I want it to be. Still kind of tacky.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just gonna keep adding oil and getting it hot, and but I don't know. It's pretty sweet though. I like having both options. So
yeah, dude. I've had good luck with they make a cast iron. I'm assuming it's a cast iron top. They make
Yeah,
like
I think it's gotta be, right,
Yeah.
dude? Or at least partially cast iron.
they make this stuff. It's called cast iron conditioner. That shit
Okay.
slaps. You just
Ooh, I
like
might have to get on the interwebs and order some of
check
that.
it out, dude. I've used it. It works good. I've used it on like,
Okay.
pans and stuff, but I gotta
Yeah.
think it's the same. But dude, so you got the Blackstone, that's sick. So literally I'm starting to do some social media stuff with Traeger. Okay.
Ooh, epic. Yeah.
And so they're like, dude, we're gonna get you a starter pack. I was like,
Okay.
sick. Yeah, that sounds
Word.
good. That sounds good. So today, this literally happened today. So the fact that you just brought this up is perfect. So I get a phone call, right? Because I was kind of in the wind. They're just like, yeah, we'll send you some stuff, but I was kind of just like waiting to hear, like, hey, like when's this going down? And like haven't heard a lot. And the guy's like, oh, I'll talk to my guy. We'll see. And then so yesterday I get a phone call from like a shipping place, and they're like, hey, we need to set up a time to drop this off. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I thought it was weird that I would need to like be there. Or they need to like set it up.
Right.
And so the guys explained to me, well, you don't have to be there, but like, to like take delivery of this thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And he goes, yeah, so like, just let us know where you want the pallet to go. And
oh shit.
And then I was like, wait, what? The what? And he's like, yeah, we got like a lift gate. We just got to like drop the pallet down somewhere. And I was like,
it's a pallet. Yeah.
I was like, okay, but it's like, this is just a shipping guy. Like, he doesn't even know what they got or whatever. So I'm like,
right. Yeah.
Okay. So I schedule it for today. So then the guy, I have to go to work. So I'm like at the office, and I called the place and I was like, hey, can you have them give me like a 30-minute heads up, like when they're going to be there? So I was like, I can like dip and like go and meet up with them, at the house or whatever. And the guy's like, yep, I'll call the driver and like let him know, because it should be like before noon. And I was like, okay, perfect. So I hang up with him, and he calls me back like 2 minutes later, or a different guy called another number, and I'm like, hello, and it's the driver, and he's like, so he was like 2 minutes from my house. And I was like, come on, dude. Like,
yeah.
So he's like, well, you don't actually have to be there. I can just like drop it off. And I was like, okay. And then I was just figuring like, I'll just leave work and go like deal with it, because I don't even know what's showing up at my house. And I don't just want to like sitting in the driveway all day. So I get in the car and like start driving home, and like 10 minutes later, my phone rings, same number. And the guy goes, yeah, so I just unloaded everything. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, so during the unloading process, I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Something bad happened. So he had a semi truck, and he crashed into the tree in the front yard of the house and tore off like a significant amount of branches.
No.
With a semi truck.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, God damn it. So he's like,
your shit was fine though. Like your stuff was fine.
Well, that's what he said. And I was like, so, and I don't even know like what he hit. I'm like, so wait, is it like the tree in the driveway? He's like, no, there's nothing in the driveway. And I'm like, well, there's definitely a tree like right next to the driveway. And he's like, no, it's in the yard. And I'm like thinking, how will you crash into a tree in the middle of the yard? But long story short, I came home and there's like a mega amount of this tree just like laying in the front yard.
Oh no.
And so then the guy's like, yeah, I got to call my office and like let him know. Like he had to report that he like crashed into somebody's tree.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't have time to deal with this. So I just like shoved it as much as that stuff I could in the garage, and then just like went right back to the office.
What did they did you get
So I
don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but did you get like a Traeger, or what'd you get?
I got, I'll talk about it, because like for one, I'm going to be posting a lot about this stuff, because I got some stuff in the works. But like, dude, legit, so I have a pallet of, so I currently have 3 Traegers at my house,
dude,
and they're like good. Like I got I got the Ranger, which is like a little one, right? Like a little traveler.
Dude, I know the Ranger. Yeah, we had a little grill out at the shop yesterday, and Mark, the owner, had one of the Rangers, which was slick, dude.
It's a nice little unit, boy.
Yeah,
and
Okay.
So got the Tailgater, which is like the next one up, which is like it's more like the one that looks like a kind of like a barrel, right?
Yep.
Like with the
more
top,
traditional shape.
Yes, and it's like a little bit bigger, like still like a travel size, but you could put like more stuff in it. And then I got the Timberline XL, or the Ironwood XL is the one I got, which is like a big dog. Like this is like like one of the bigger ones. So the Timberline and the Ironwood are like the two like top kind of like ones they make. So this is like the mid-range, like consumer version that's not like $4,000. Like it's, but like yeah. So I literally have all this shit sitting now. I have to build it all too, because like you have to assemble it.
Oh wow!
And then like there was like a whole case of like pellets, right? And all because it's like you need the pellets to like use it, and like a bunch of other accessories that go with it. So I'm pretty strapped currently in the Traeger game.
You're heavy. Did they send you some pellets too? You said pellets,
yeah, a whole case, dude. Like unreal.
Oh, yeah,
like
I got up on pellets. You get some seasonings.
Got them, dude. Got it all, man. Like I'm
dude, that's huge, man. When are you gonna come, dude? Get your ass out here, and we'll do a fucking session at the barn, man.
Dude. I'm pretty sure like this Ironwood thing. I'm pretty confident I could pull an entire deer inside of it.
That's huge.
It's
dude.
Big as shit, and I'm like kind of psyched. So now I got to figure out some stuff to do. I'm gonna be pushing some Traeger content coming quick.
Epic, dude. I can get behind that, no doubt.
Yeah. So I'm psyched because I mean the pellet grill thing kind of new to me, so I'm psyched to kind of like learn a new system.
Definitely.
So I messed around a little bit, but big things coming in the pellet game, I think, in the near future.
That's huge. That's very exciting. I mean, that's
well,
I mean, when a pallet from Traeger shows up, you know they mean business.
Well, like you've like made deals and stuff before where you're like, and until it actually goes down, you're kind of like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, like if it's like they're all in or what the deal is, but they're all in, dude.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. When someone like gets a hold of you and they're like, yeah, we'll send you this, and this, and you're like, okay, well, we'll see, I guess.
Well, and you're like, you don't want to get too hyped into it because there's like so many things that fall through in like the social media and like that kind of stuff. So.
Oh yeah, I would say the vast majority of it does.
Yeah, but like this one, we made it happen. So I'm excited to see where it goes because I think they got it could lead to some cool stuff for sure. So.
Dude, excited for you, man. I said, yeah, bring that out here. Let's do a little Montana action with that bad boy.
So I had to figure out how to use this Ranger as like a carry-on, dude.
now we're talking, dude.
Some backpack straps on. This is my personal item.
Yeah. Don't mind me just loading the pellets here.
Oh my god. Yeah,
getting her smoky. Yeah.
So yeah, I think, and dude, I might christen one of them with the suckers from northern Wisconsin.
Oh no, don't do that.
I might have to, dude. No, I got a bunch of stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff in my freezer that's just begging to be smoked right now. So I think I'll do a couple big runs of some red meat. I got some salmon and lake trout and stuff that need to hit it. So. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good summer, I think.
Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, that's boy, you got some. You're going to be smoking some meats, no doubt about it.
Yeah, going to have to. But yeah, I'm psyched for the travel ones though, because I want to take like some trips, and I think it's going to be super cool to like have something like that, just like ready to rip. Because I do.
Well, shout out Traeger.
Yeah, thanks.
Shout them out here on the pod.
Yeah, like Past The Barb coming in hot on Traeger right now.
Yeah, shout out to the Traeger boys. If they want to hook up old Captain Bill as well, he'd be happy to arrange a pallet drop off at the Red Barn.
Yeah, just watch your trees, dude, because these guys do not know what they're doing.
Well, it'd be challenging here for sure, but be happy to make it happen. So, yeah, well, that's sick, dude. Yeah, I'm excited to see kind of what you whip up with that. It'll be, like you said, kind of a new phase of the cooking game. The pellet grill.
It's nice. It's like exciting though, because you got like kind of like this whole new thing going. So it's like, yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Dude. Yeah, definitely.
So you got any trips coming or anything in the works for like the next like month or so?
Oh man, for the next couple months I'll just be here, I think, for the foreseeable future. The one thing I do have coming is Alaska. I'll leave on I want to say I leave like July 20th. or
Okay.
something like that. 19th or 20th, maybe 21st. And then I'll be up there through August 19th. So
sick.
Get about a month. Yeah, about a month guiding up there, which will be good. And I don't know. I might kind of see. So the lodge that I'm working for, they close down on the 18th. It's like shut down, lock up the camp, winterize everything. But I might try to see if I can't find a little more work up there for like another couple more weeks in August. If I can be up there through Labor Day weekend, I'd really like that.
Yeah. Is that like prime time to be there?
Yeah, I just really enjoy August, August through September. But I do have to come back here at some point, in September probably. So
yeah.
But if I could get a couple more weeks up there and go work if I could just jump over to another lodge and work for a couple weeks, that would be ideal, I think, for me. Just go do that because August in Montana, I'm just not. It kind of sucks.
Yeah,
it's hot. It's
I
dry.
hear you. Yeah.
So if I could be up there for a little while longer, I think that would be super ideal. And then roll back into Montana in September, elk time, good fishing time, all that.
Yeah, that's sick.
We'll see. I think it's going to take a little bit of doing. I'll have to try to reach out to some people and see, because that's, trying to find a guiding job, and be like, hey, I can be here for 2 weeks. It doesn't always happen, but crazy things happen up there, especially in the summertime. People, guys quit or guys have to leave. So
well, especially, because end of the season, anything could happen there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, guys leave, all that. So yeah, if I could squeeze out a few more weeks up there, I'd be real happy with that. But either way, excited to be back up there, and definitely my favorite time of year, my favorite river, and the great lodge that I'm working for there, fishthenoosh.com, if anyone is interested. I don't think they're completely full for this year, and 2024 is probably close to being booked up, but an awesome operation on the Nooshigak River. Great lodge, good cabins, all that stuff. Most of those camps that are on that river are just tent camps, so everyone is sleeping in tents. This is not, which is very nice for the clients and the guides alike.
Yeah. So is that all you're fishing silvers up there, or what is that?
Yeah, I'll be there during silver salmon time. I will fish kings for about the first week that I'm there, and then switch over to silvers as soon as August 1st hits. But it should be good. It usually is. The last couple of years I've been there, it's been pretty good. So yeah, they're fun fish to catch, and there's usually quite a few of them. So yeah, looking forward to that. I think it's going to be it'll be good. I just like it up there a lot, because now this will be my 6th summer in Alaska, 3rd year at this place. So it's kind of nice because I'm very familiar with the river now. So, that first year especially, it's like, you're kind of just like, they bring you out, they show you at once. They're like, all right, here's your clients,
and you're like, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like running the boat. I'm like, I think this is the right way to go through this. Like,
yeah.
I think this is the right crossover. I'm like just trimming up and going fast.
Yeah. Let her buck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, I got to get up there. That sounds like a blast. I've still never done it, but like, God, I need to, because that's like one of those things. Man. I think I will do it, and then I'm not going to want to like do anything else. But
yeah, I'll never forget like my first year up there, like, talking to one of the guys, a guy there a long time. He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, Alaska, he's like, it's going to sink its teeth into you, and you're never going to be able to shake it. And it's true. I mean, even if you just go there to, for fun or visit or what, I mean, it's just an incredible place. Yeah. Truly, with probably the most unlimited fishing and hunting opportunities out of anywhere else in the entire United States, for sure. So yeah. Badass place.
We'll figure something out. I know we'll make it.
Oh yeah.
We got. There's things in. Oh yeah. We'll make it happen.
It's a heavy harvest as well, which I know you dig. So.
Look out.
I'm excited about that because, obviously when we're here, when I'm doing the trout fishing thing, we're not, I'm not killing the trout. I'm letting them all go.
Gonna make those salmon pay, huh?
Oh yeah. I'm there for blood, and, my bonker will be going off often.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully.
Dude, I'm gonna have to. We'll have to chat because I think I'm gonna do some Great Lake salmon fishing coming up soon.
Yeah.
And I might have to get a new bonker. Maybe we're gonna have to talk. Like, because I kind of want one that's just got that right, the right sound is almost more what I'm looking for.
The best bonker I ever had. I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it, but it was like a wooden. It was like almost like a dowel, like a bat kind of, but it had been bored out in the middle of it. Had been bored and filled with lead, so it was
beauty.
Heavy. Oh, and man, you could frickin' make them pay with that fucker,
dude. I'll have to send you a pic later. So this boat that I bought, it had something similar to what you're describing in the rod compartment. That was the only thing. There was 4 rod holders and this piece of wood in the rod compartment was the only stuff in the boat. And
that's awesome.
I didn't ask any questions, but low key, I'm like, I know what this is.
Dude, this guy's a heavy harvester. Mad respect.
Yeah. So anyway, but we'll see, man. I'm looking forward to it. And like, I don't know how Alaska is, I guess, with like what, I know you can kill a lot of stuff, but like other places for salmon, like the limits are like really low, like where you can keep like 1 or 2 a day or something like that.
No, definitely. The silvers is nice because, well, it's good and bad from a guiding aspect because we can kill 5 a day per person there. So if I have 4 people in the boat, I've got to kill 20.
Yeah. Well, that's how Lake Michigan is.
Yeah.
You can kill 5 a day.
Yeah, which killing 20 in a day, that's a very good day. But they're hard to, they're hard to freaking land. People lose a lot of them. So,
sure.
When I was working on the Kenai, the limit for silvers was 2 a day in August, then went to 3 in September, which was very nice because I had a lot of days where I was done at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoyed that because then it's like, we're limited out. Like, what do you guys want to do? And I'm like, well, let's go back and get breakfast. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
I'm like, let's get out of here. So yeah, the noosh definitely more like I've had a few days where I've been done early and that's a good feeling, but usually you're out there all day, which is totally fine. But I do like those quick limit days. That's the dream for a guide. So
dude, you just got me frothing on salmon now. Like,
oh man, I am just ecstatic to be back up there and fucking start cutting gills again. It'll be nice.
Yeah, I think I'm down to like I probably only have a couple of salmon fillets left, but I know I still have a healthy amount of lake trout. But
yeah, I'm pretty well out of salmon. I've got a few pieces of smoked fish left, and that's it. So I'm looking forward to restocking my supply as well. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to be back up there.
God, yeah. So, hell yeah, dude. That's sick.
But that's about all I've got really. Trips coming up. How about you?
Like I said, I got some things in the works, but not too much locked in. Like I definitely know I'm going up to the Northwoods again this weekend. Because this weekend is the muskie opener in Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin. Nice. So I'm probably going to partake in that. But since I was just there, I also know that the smallie fishing is going to be insane. So I'll probably pack some of that gear too. And then, yeah, I got that. I'm going over to Lake Michigan in, I think, early June, which should be a good time to be there. So I should be able to kind of mix bag with like King's steelhead cohos.
Yeah.
Which should be cool. And then no plans currently in July, but I'm looking at like fingers crossed. I'd really like to do a Canada trip and probably do like a camping Canada trip.
Nice. Yeah,
for probably like muskie or whatever. And if I can't swing that, I'll probably go back and do more salmon fishing because I don't get over there enough. And if I have the time, I'd like to. And I think I'll be able to have my boat set up to like go and do that stuff.
Yeah, dude, that's exciting. I mean, man, the boat, that just opens up so many opportunities for you. That's exciting.
It does. And I plan on really making her count, got to get out there.
Yeah, those are sweet boats, man. I know exactly the boat now.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a little bit. They literally do not make them like that.
No, like they literally don't. Yeah. So
it's a true hybrid between a bass boat and a deep V. It's cool.
It is.
For those that are at home listening, it's worth Googling a Ranger 690. They're just a sweet boat.
Yeah. And the one I got, dude, it's in like such good condition. insane, unbelievable.
Yeah,
So
those
I'm
wells are
hyped on it, and it's got 2 live wells. So like, I mean,
even
that's
better, dude.
that speaks for itself right there.
Yeah, I mean that's a selling point in itself.
So
who gives a shit if it floats? Yeah.
It's got some meat capacity. So I need to break it in though.
Yeah, you got to go on a heavy harvest here. It'll come.
It'll be there. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, dude. That's sweet. Well, yeah, it's we're definitely cranking now. I mean, I dare say we are in summertime now.
Isn't that wild? It's like all of a sudden, like it feels like it was just winter. Now it's like full steam ahead, wide open throttle, and then it'll be like
Memorial Day weekend is this weekend.
It's nuts. Shit. Yeah, and the next thing you know, you'll be like, oh, dude, I got like tags coming in, the next couple weeks.
Yeah, dude. So, yeah, it's crept up on us for sure, but here we are, summertime. Time to pin the throttle and go get her. So
yeah, it's time. It's time. It's like finally time to really make it happen, and all the fishing's getting so good.
Most definitely. I think pretty much anywhere in the northern hemisphere right now, fishing is about to explode if it hasn't already, which is awesome.
Yeah, and like the weather's getting more stable. We're out of that cold bullshit. I'm ready.
Yeah. It was kind of funny today. I got a call from one of my Alaska buddies who guides on the Kenai and Kasilof, and he was out there. And we used to do this all the time when I worked on Kenai. Cell phone magic, we called it. And so, if the bite was tough, get on the phone, call somebody. And I get a call I had heard from him a couple, month, probably 2 months. And, hey, dude, what's going on? He's like, looking for a little cell phone magic. I'm like, all right, stay on the line. Sure enough, talk bullshit for 5 minutes. Boom, rod goes down, fish on.
Unreal, awesome. Dude.
Awesome.
60% of the time works every time.
Exactly. Love the cell phone magic. So, yeah, I'm just, man, I'm just excited for the summer. I think we all are. It's been a long winter for anybody that lives, north of Nebraska. So, yeah, it's, we're here.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know totally what the other boys got going. I know Hahner has been like MIA, dude. Like he is in the trenches working hard.
Yeah, they're on some sort of factory shutdown, from my understanding. So what that means is if the factory is shut down, the boys are working.
Yeah, like they're doing like
until the work is done. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he said they were doing like electrical stuff, like placing like 2,500 like lights in a factory or so. I don't know, dude. It sounds wicked.
I got a good buddy of mine that works at he works at a paper mill. Whatever, an engineer. They're actually there in dude, I think it's either the one in Point or it's the one in Rapid. Whichever one is not closed.
Well,
I know one of them closed.
I think Mosinee. Is that what you're talking? Well, anyway, yeah.
He's at one of those two because he was at the other one, then it closed, and then he jumped over.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, and I know that they will, from time to time, they have to do a complete shutdown for this kind of thing, maintenance and that sort of thing. But when it shuts down, everybody just has to work, nonstop, because every minute that plant is shut down, they're losing money. So I'm sure that's kind of the situation Hahner is in. So.
I guess, man, because it's not even like it's so hard to even get a hold of him at all. Because I know he's just grinding, but
yeah. And Bart is on vacation. He is in Idaho, I think.
Yeah, he was sending pics from Coeur d'Alene today.
Yeah, he's in Coeur d'Alene. I think he's got some maybe a wedding or something, perhaps. But yeah, so he's out there.
Fiddling around, I think, is what he's doing over there. Doesn't look like
what is he doing?
I think they're just fiddling around. They aren't doing anything.
Yeah, I can't record the podcast. Meanwhile, me and
now he's sending pics from the brewery like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, keeping this thing afloat,
Brutal.
Parked on a hill. Pink's recording with 3 different microphones, so yeah,
whatever. We're holding her down. I'm not.
Yeah,
hey.
It is what it is. So.
Yeah,
dude. Well, I think I hope this worked. I think it's going to work.
Yeah, I think we'll keep this one kind of short this week. I mean, it's going to be like we just got to get the band back together here, dude. Full squad next week, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's going to be extremely challenging for me now that we found out that this hill does not support the I guess, recording software that we use, but there might be a way that you can just page me in on a phone call.
Yeah, we'll probably just end up doing this, what we're doing right now. So
yeah, and this actually worked out pretty good. So
yeah.
Hopefully this all recorded and it all worked, because it ended up being not that bad. I was gonna say, Ryan, do you have any? I know we've done the gear. What do we call it? What's the geared up?
Geared up, yeah.
Do you have anything for that off the top of your head recently that you've been using or utilizing?
Let me think. I'm just trying to think, because I just started doing like different stuff, right?
Yeah.
I guess something that's like relevant would be so I have several of them, but I've been kind of like always looking for like the best or like newest like bump board thing.
Yeah, okay.
And because I have several, most of them I don't really like. But last year I got one I was doing like some kayak tournaments. They're like online, like catch photo release tournaments or whatever. And they required you to have this thing called a hog trough, I think is the name of it. Something like that. But it's like a plastic one, which I initially was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this. But then on the bottom, like there's like two like channels, and then there's like foam in there, so it floats. Which like the ones I've had before were like little metal ones, and if you like drop it in the water, like it does not float.
Sure.
But I got these new ones, and then we got some when we were doing the Crappie Chronicles stuff that were like from that. It's called the catch boards.
I have seen these. It's like KETH or TCH.
Yeah, yep. So it's like the same thing, kind of. It's like a little heavier duty one, and it's not like foam filled, but they're really durable. And so I've been using that because, like, when you're bumming around, like catching walleyes and stuff, like most of the places, at least in Wisconsin that I fish heavily, they're like slot limits, or it's like you can only have one over a certain length or whatever. And like you don't want to mess up because like they'll hammer you for that if you get checked.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know. They take a little more room, but I've been kind of like really loving those like kind of like plastic ones with the nice like kind of cradle for the fish and everything. They work really, really good. So
nice. So the catch bump board, that's a good one, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a though I have seen those. I've never actually used one.
Okay.
But,
yeah, I mean, they look kind of like, they don't look like they're all that, but like they're very functional, like super good.
Yeah.
And I guess
super functional.
The only other thing that I know I've been using a lot that I love, I've been using them for like a couple of years now, is I know everyone's kind of got their favorite like fillet knife or whatever, but I've been using those Dexter ones.
Yeah, the white ones.
Oh God, yeah. Dude. Like I don't know why
they're a killer knife.
Unreal.
I'm gonna plug too as well the Dexter sharpening stick.
Oh, like the honing steel or whatever.
Yeah, phenomenal, dude. That's like the best one I've ever used. I've fucking used it thousands of times.
Dude,
yeah.
So I gotta ask you, because I think I seen it in one of your something you were. I don't know if it was a video you did or maybe it was a post or something. What do you guys use for like a fillet board up there? Do you use those kind of like plastic things with the little like non-slip on them?
Use the outdoor like carpet. Does that make sense? Sections of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, where it's like they're the like it's not like AstroTurf, but it's like that real.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, and it's like kind of like bristly, like stiff.
Yes, it's not carpet, but it's like heavy bristles. That's what I've always used.
Sick.
Up there.
I know that's like a very like popular Alaska thing.
Yeah, they work really good. The nice thing about that too is that they're not like fibers aren't so fine that things get stuck in there like little pieces. You can just take them and you can just like kind of knock them on the back. You kind of like hit them, like shake them hard, and all that guts and stuff will fly out. But yeah, those are a great mat, and you can sort of cut them to size.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah, those work really good. That's probably the best fillet mat, I guess, that I've used, because they're grippy And also too, they're not like so fine that things get stuck in there, and they're coarse enough, I guess. But yeah, that works really good. Just like you can get them at Walmart. Outdoor, carpet or whatever. They're in sections, I guess. But the heavy bristles. That works
Sick.
really good.
I'm gonna have to get one of those for like throwing in the back of the truck.
Oh, it's great to have, especially doing it on the tailgate. Way better than using, a old beer case, which we've all done a million times.
Yeah. I've got some of those big like poly boards, and they work fine, but they get, if you're using them on the tailgate, you just get shit everywhere.
Oh yeah, they just get gross. So having a section of that, Walmart or whatever, you can get that. But yeah, good plug on the Dexter knives. Dexter makes a great knife. I have a Dexter and I have a Bubba.
Oh yeah,
I do love the Bubba 7-inch, 7-inch flex.
Yeah.
That's a great knife. But then I have a Dexter that's an 8-inch, which I really like for a little bit bigger fish.
Yeah, that's super nice. Yeah, I think the one that I've been using as like my my daily driver is like a 7.
Yep.
7-inch flexible fillet Dexter one, and then like I got one that's like a little, I forget the name of it, but it's like a wider blade. That's like
I've seen those.
8 inches, and I've been using that for like bigger stuff like pike and salmon and stuff.
Stiffer
so you can just plow right through like rib bones and stuff like nothing.
Yeah, dude, Dexter makes a great knife. I like, and like I said, if you don't have one of those, the sharpening, sharpening stick or whatever, I like it too because it's not nearly as coarse as some of those other ones.
Right, it doesn't take off as much material. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm actually about due for a new one. I've had the same one for like 4.5 years, and it's, there's not much left on it to sharpen. But
yeah,
I like Dexter a lot.
Pays to have a good knife, dude. Really does.
Yeah, you gotta have a good knife.
Yeah,
it goes a long ways.
What about you? You got any other gear tips?
I've got one here. I guess since I'm sitting in my pickup and I'm looking right at it, so Cliff is the company, not like Cliff Bars, but Cliff, CLIFF.
Yep.
They make a lot of different fly boxes and that kind of thing, especially for like streamers.
Yes.
But this would be a good pick, even if you don't fly fish and if you do a lot of really any kind of fishing. So basically what it is it's one of these blue foam sort of pads that you can stick flies into, and it has a clip for your sun visor in your truck.
Oh, sick.
So it clips up on your visor, so that way, like, if you're looking to dry out your flies, or if you have some, you get done fishing, you cut off a jig and you don't want to put it back in your box and hop in your pickup, just stick it up in there. And they're slick, because I used to, like, I know a lot of people do and are guilty of it. I would just, take a fly or take a jig and I just stick it into the ceiling of my pickup.
Sure, just like prick it in there and then tear out the barb later.
Yeah, the upholstery here. But yeah, so I got one of these little clip-on Cliff visor pads, I think is what you would call them. And that's good. Yeah, saving the inside of my truck. And yeah, nice. It's very convenient. Stick them up there, let your flies dry out, or your hair jigs, or whatever it may be, and then I take them out and I just leave them up here because I guess maybe I'll use them again or whatever. But that's been a sweet little gadget that I recently got.
I do like those, because I didn't buy one yet, because I've been kind of like making my own. Like I get that like slitted foam and like glue it into like a Plano box with no dividers to use for like hair jigs and stuff. But I really like that the Cliffs, the bugger box, the big yellow
bugger box.
Dude.
I have one as well. I have the Junior.
The
bugger box Junior, which fits nicely in my boat box. But yeah, they're sweet, dude. And like you said, not just limited to fly fishing, but any kind of hair jig sort of thing.
Well, and like honestly, any single hooked bait you could put in there. Like whatever, if it's hair jigs or a fly, or like you got some little like drop shot, like marabou type thing or whatever, like anything you can put in there.
Shout out Cliff. They're a sweet company out of Casper, Wyoming, and make some cool stuff for sure. But Yeah, nice to have a spot for sort of all your kind of stuff that maybe you don't want to throw in a plain old box or whatever.
Yeah. And I like that idea. I haven't seen that little like pad that you can just like clip on or whatever.
Oh, dude,
I like that.
Yeah, it just slides right on your sun visor. Yeah, it's sweet. Would highly recommend. So.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Dude, well, I think we held her down. Hopefully this recorded. Hopefully this worked.
Yeah, I think we're good, dude. Everything looks good on my end, so I'm stoked we were able to do it and good catching up because I know like it's tough, like trying to make it all work.
Absolutely.
But I know the next couple months, I'm sure there'll be plenty of good stories from everybody. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing all everybody's trips go down.
Definitely. Brother.
Oh hell yeah. Good deal, man. Well, all right. I think that's all we got for this week on Past the Barb, but super good catching up with Stolski. And next week we're hoping to have the full squad back on here, and hopefully Hahner is still alive and you know he's out of the sweatshop. Yeah, so we'll keep you posted there, and stay tuned for some stuff on social media. We'll be pumping out some updates of what everybody's doing over the next week here. So thanks again for listening to another episode of Past the Barb, and we'll catch you next week.